Tonight we're going to start this series with the topic of faith and society. And we are delighted to welcome to our campus and to our event Professor Thomas Rourke, who is a professor and former chair of the Department of Political Science, Sociology, and Philosophy at Clarion University of Pennsylvania. He drove across the state today to be with us this evening. He's the author of multiple books that touch upon our topic tonight, but most recently, and the reason why we have him here this evening, he published a book in 2010 entitled The Social and Political Thought of Benedict XVI. Show and tell. There. Let me read you just one sentence describing that work. In an age when modern politics has lost sight of its proper relationship within the larger scheme of human affairs and human existence, Thomas Rourke shows that Pope Benedict has made a conscious effort to relate political issues to the broader dialogue on human endeavor, ethics, and culture.
St. Thomas Aquinas is making the argument that if you want to be truly happy, you find that in contemplating God. In order to do that, what do you need? You need both faith and reason. In and of themselves, they're not going to get you there. Reason might prove to you that God exists, because as Descartes says, that God doesn't, but most of us like to think that God exists. Faith will help you to know God. You need the two together. When you pull them asunder, you're going against the natural order of things. You're going against God's eternal law, which sets up the whole structure of the universe. And when you do that, guess what? You're going to start to run into some trouble. And that's exactly what Professor Rourke is going to be discussing this evening. This secularization that is now taking place, a radical secularization. John Paul II referred to that as secular humanism. That's not now taking over, but you're really beginning to see it advance quite rapidly over the past several decades, although it has been going on for centuries.
Benedict reminds us that God gave his people an all-embracing rule of life and law. Ultimately, life is not simply divided into mutually impenetrable containers, but as a whole. In the covenant on Sinai, worship, law, and ethics are inextricably intertwined. Modern thought has more often than not separated these, radically privatizing worship and ethics and disconnecting both from the law. Yet the biblical insight remains. There is a relationship among worship, law, and morality. Law without foundation morality degenerates into injustice. Moreover, morality and law that look not to God deprive themselves of their highest and surest standard and cut God off from their destiny. They lead man to the dictatorship of the standards imposed in changing fashion by those who have power. The worship of God is necessary to a healthy social order, for when the latter recognizes not the God above it, man in his turn is belittled.